this familiar song, what holiday will you think of? Yes, Christmas is around the corner. So today we will read a story from Christmas, and that story will be about this song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, let me go. Now can I invite each of the group to send one person to the front to get the handouts for today? One person to the front to get the handouts. Okay, one person to the front. Okay, make sure everyone gets a copy of the handout, okay? 每个人都要拿到一张哦。Okay, now so everyone gets a copy of the handout. Yes? 拿到哦。Okay, good. So let's look at the first part of the handout, okay? Right? Okay, let's look at this part. Later we will do a listening exercise. And in this exercise, you will need to use the new words from lesson 10 to fill in the blanks. Okay? But before we do this exercise, now let's review together all the vocabulary from lesson 10. Okay? So everybody take out your textbook and let's turn to page 170. Page 170. Okay, I will read it first and then you repeat after me for one time. So let's start with the first new word. First one, traditional. Tradition. Slave. Deliver. Delivery. Goods. Employee. Employer. Employment. Character. Aid. Addition. Additional. Accept. Acceptable. Joke. Appearance. Next page. Appear. Stormy. Storm. Shiny. Stocking. Message. Tolerance. Tolerate. Meaning. Meaningful. Following. Glow. Foggy. Fog. Okay, so we have reviewed all the new words from lesson 10. And now it's your turn to use these new words to fill in the blank on your handout. Okay? Now we will do the listening exercise. And pay attention to this. When you are doing the exercise, please close your book. And only one answer for each blank. Okay? Now I'm going to play the story for you. I will play for 2 times. Okay, so this is the first time. Let's go.
Then, in the 1940s, an American department store was looking for a way to sell more goods at Christmas time. One of its employees created a character to add to the story. The new character was a reindeer with a bright red nose. He was given the name Rudolph.
In the story, Rudolph found himself not fully accepted by the other reindeer. In fact, they looked down on him because of his big red nose. They told jokes about his strange appearance and wouldn't even let him join in their games.
One Christmas Eve at the North Pole, the weather was very dark and stormy.
Santa had no one to guide his sleigh on his trip around the world.
All at once, Santa thought of Rudolph and his bright shiny nose and asked Rudolph to lead the way. Rudolph did a good job, and as a result, Santa was able to deliver his gifts on time. Children woke up on Christmas morning and found their stockings filled with candy and toys.
Okay, this is the first time. Now I'm going to play for the second time. You ready? Okay, the second time starts.
Then, in the 1940s, an American department store was looking for a way to sell more goods at Christmas time. One of its employees created a character to add to the story. The new character was a reindeer with a bright red nose. He was given the name Rudolph.
In the story, Rudolph found himself not fully accepted by the other reindeer. In fact, they looked down on him because of his big red nose. They told jokes about his strange appearance and wouldn't even let him join in their games.
One Christmas Eve at the North Pole, the weather was very dark and stormy.
Santa had no one to guide his sleigh on his trip around the world.
All at once, Santa thought of Rudolph and his bright shiny nose and asked Rudolph to lead the way. Rudolph did a good job, and as a result, Santa was able to deliver his gifts on time. Children woke up on Christmas morning and found their stockings filled with candy and toys.
Okay, this is the end of the listening exercise. I believe most of you have written down your answers. So now let's check the answers together, okay? The answers are now on the screen. Pay attention to some of the verb form. If it is past tense, then you need to have an ed at the end, okay? I'll give you 1 minute to check the answers. Seconds to go. Okay, time's up. So now you have listened to Rudolph's story. Now I will help you summarize the story in 6 key words, okay? Do you still remember in the beginning, there is a department store. They want to sell more goods. So, one of its employees create a character. And who's that character? Rudolph, great. So in Rudolph's story, there are some other Rudolphs. But no, there are some, only one Rudolph. There are some other reindeer. They don't like Rudolph. They even look down. Sorry. They even look down on Rudolph because Rudolph has a big shiny red nose. However, one day Santa has a problem. Santa has no one to guide his sleigh, so he thinks of a person. And who's that person? Rudolph. Santa thinks of Rudolph. So he invites Rudolph to help him to guide his sleigh. And Rudolph is the one to lead the way for Santa. And luckily, Rudolph did a good job. And all the children, they can get their gifts on time. Okay, so that's the story of Rudolph. After we listen to the story, now we will go back to our handout again. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the handout. 我们看这个讲义的下部分哦。You see 2 parts of the questions, and now let's look at the first part of the question. Here you will see 5 English proverbs. Proverb in Chinese we say 谚语. So I want you to choose what are the proverbs that can have same meaning to Rudolph's story. maybe not the same meaning, but similar meanings to describe Rudolph's story. Okay? I'll give you 1 minute to do this. If you're not sure about the meaning of the proverb, feel free to discuss with your neighbors. Okay, 1 minute starts now. Wow, everyone is so quick. Okay, I think most of you have finished. So now let's find out what does each proverb mean, okay? The first one, Rome was not built in a day. Does anybody know where is Rome? In which country? UK or Germany or what? Which country? Where is Rome? Italy, great. So Rome was a city in Italy, okay? And Rome was not built in a day. We say a thing doesn't happen suddenly, and we would use this proverb, okay? And the second one, every dog has its day. Every person has the best day in his or her life. And the third one, do not judge a book by its cover. Keep this in mind because this proverb is commonly used. So make sure you remember it. Do not judge a person by his or her appearance. The fourth one, birds of a feather flock together. Well, for this proverb, we have a very good example in our class. Do you know Brian and Aaron? Well, Aaron is not here today, but never mind. Brian and Aaron, they are both naughty boys, so they like to hang out together. And they all like to make Ellen angry. So we can use this proverb to describe them. Okay? So the last one. All things in their being are good for something. Every person is useful in some way. If you don't know its meaning, feel free to write down the Chinese version. Okay, now we have finished the proverb part. We will continue to the next part of the question. Let's look at the second part of the question on the handout. Here you will see 2 small questions. But for today, we will only talk about question 1. And question 2 will be your homework. Okay? So let's mark homework in front of question 2. 第二题前面我们写个 homework. Okay? Okay, so now I want each group to discuss about question 1. Can you think of any other story that share or convey similar message as Rudolph's story? The story can be fairy tales, children's stories, or even the bedtime stories that your mother used to tell you before you go to bed. Okay? So I'll give you 1 minute to discuss this question. Okay, let's start. Later I will invite 2 groups to share with us. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, time's up. So everybody, right now I'm going to invite 2 groups to share with us their answer. So the first group will be Sophia's group. Great, Sophia. Okay, can you share with us the answer from your group? What story do you think of? Can you please stand up and share with everybody?
The ugly duckling.
She says the ugly duckling, 丑小鸭. And why?
因为它小时候很被嘲笑。
Can you say it in English? Try. I know you can.
Because it was laughed by, he was playing when he was small because he was ugly, but he turned out to be a swan.
Yes. Ugly duckling, he used to be ugly before, but when he grows up, he becomes a very beautiful swan. Good job. Okay, then, now let's invite another group. What about Sophie? We have Sophia and let's have Sophie's group. Okay? And Sophie, share with us the answer from your group. Why 燕子吃醋？ Yeah, so Yanzi, he was short, right? So he comes to another country. Yeah, the person from another country like makes fun of him. But actually, Yanzi, he used his wisdom to solve all the problems, right? Okay, let's give a big hand to both of the groups. Now we have already finished the first side of the handout. And now we will go back to our textbook again. We will go over some important grammar points on the reading in your textbook, okay? I want you to look at page 167. Let's look at line 19. 19行. You find the sentence starts with all at once. Okay? So let's look at this sentence. All at once, Santa thought of Rudolph and his bright shiny nose and asked Rudolph to lead the way. Okay, I want you to underline as a result. Everybody please underline as a result. Well, sorry. All at once. Let's underline all at once. Have you learned suddenly before? We know suddenly, right? So apart from suddenly, we can also use all at once. They have the same meaning, okay? And also you can say all of a sudden. Let's write down these words on your textbook. Write them down below all at once. If you're finished, let's keep reading. Let's look at line 20. Okay, line 20. Rudolph did a good job, and as a result, Santa was able to deliver his gifts on time. Okay, here we see as a result. Let's underline as a result. Do you still remember what does therefore mean? What does therefore mean? Therefore, 因此. So, as a result, it has the same meaning as therefore. Also, we can say thus. Or, here's a new one for you. Consequently. Okay, so let's write them down on your textbook. Okay, if you're finished, these are the two grammar points that we talked about for today. And after this, we will continue to learn the sentence pattern for lesson 10. Sentence pattern, okay. For this part, I want you to find out 2 sentences on the 2 pages, okay? Let's now try to find out the first sentence. It's on page 166. Do you see it? It's in paragraph 3, line 10. The first 2 lines of paragraph 3. Can we read the 2 lines together? Okay, let's go. In the story, Rudolph found himself not fully accepted by the other reindeer. Good job. So here we know Rudolph, he was not accepted by other reindeer. Okay, now let's look at the other sentence. It's on page 167. Where is it? It's in the last 2 lines of paragraph 4. If you see it, please highlight it or underline. Okay, let's read this sentence together, okay? Children found, let's read together. Children found their stockings filled with candy and toys. Okay, so we know Rudolph delivered all the gifts. So all the stockings, they were filled with candy and toys. After reading these 2 sentences, I believe some of you still find it not clear. You still don't understand the rules about this sentence pattern. No worries. Right now, I will write down 2 more sentence examples, and let's try to find out the rules behind these 2 examples. Okay? I'll write it down on the blackboard. Okay, this is the first sentence. I'll write down the second sentence. Okay, so let's pay attention to 2 key words. Find, using. Find, caught. Okay, so let's first look at the first sentence. Let me ask you a question here. Is it Brian using the cell phone or the cell phone uses Brian? Which one? Which one? Brian used the cell phone, right? So we will use VING here. You see, if somebody doing something, we use VING, okay? And for the second one, I'll ask you a question as well. Is it Brian catches Ellen or Ellen catches Brian? 有点绕口音，对不对？ Which one? Who catches who? Yes, so Brian is caught by Ellen. So we will use PP here. Okay? So now do you understand the rules of this sentence pattern? Good. So right now I'll ask you to do the exercise on your handout. And everybody, let's turn to the back side of the handout. You see the first part of the question. There are 5 small questions. You have to change the verb into VING or PP. Okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to do this. Okay, let's start. Okay, 30 seconds to go. Okay, time's up. Now let's check the answers together, okay? So the first one, do you think it's BNG or PP? Shining, right. Ellen's eyes are shining. Okay, so the second one, it is murdered. The victim is being murdered. Okay, so ED, PP here. And the third one, tears streaming down. Okay, let's underline streaming down. Everybody, please underline streaming down. Today I have invited a special guest to show us what does tears streaming down mean, okay? So here comes her. Okay, Alice in the Wonderland. That's called tears streaming down. Okay, and let's continue. The number 4 is supported. The president is not supported by the citizens. 好，这题没有任何政治立场，大家 don't think too much, okay? And the last one is laughed at. Okay, pay attention to this one. Usually we say we laugh at somebody. So if you change it to PP, you still need to have at together with laugh, okay? So it's found himself laughed at. So make sure you write both of the two together, okay? Okay, so please check the answers. And now we will continue to the next part of the question. So for the second part of the question, the first one translation will be your homework, okay? So let's mark homework again. And for question 2, the second small question, I will invite one group to write down their answers on the blackboard, okay? So now I will give you 1 minute to discuss about the question. The second question, you have to think of 2 verbs, one in BNG, one in PP, to complete the sentence. Okay, 1 minute starts now. Later I'll invite the group to share with us their answer. Two verbs. Okay, 30 more seconds. Okay, time's up. Right now, I want to invite Michelle's group. Can Michelle's group write down your answer on the blackboard? Write down your answer. Write down your creative answers. Okay. Let's see what's the answers from Michelle's group. Oh, you don't need to write a complete sentence. You just write the answers, okay? these two answers are so creative. Standing, yes, I am standing on the stage. Okay, so it's B-I-N-G, okay? And for PP, I am shot. Oh my God, you found me shot? Who shoot me? I don't know, okay. So make sure shot is the PP of shoot. Okay? Okay, let's give a big hand to Michelle's group. Yay! Okay, right now we have read Rudolph's story and we've learned about the sentence pattern in lesson 10. Now we will do an activity together. Do you still remember in Rudolph's story? We read a part of Rudolph being bullied by other reindeer. They make fun of Rudolph. They don't want to make friends with Rudolph. So here we will read another girl's story, Laura. Laura will tell us how she was bullied back in her school years. Okay? Now I want each group to send a person to the front again to get the handouts for this activity. Okay, does every group get a handout? Okay, now I'm going to explain the rules to you, so listen carefully. You will find 3 pieces of the papers in your group, right? So let's look at the first one, tiny and thin piece of paper. 最细的那一张, you see it? Okay. So on this paper, on this piece of paper, you will find a short story, a part of the story written on it. So each group gets a different parts of the story, okay? And what you have to do is, here, each group member has different roles to do. I want you to retell the story with your own words, and also draw a picture according to the piece of story you get, okay? Apart from these 2 roles, we also have a group leader who has to keep an eye on other group members and ask them to discuss. And the second one, we got a word wizard who has to look up the new words in the dictionary, okay? And the third one, as I said, you need to retell the story within 30 words. And also, you need to draw a picture. And pay attention to this again. Make sure you have include a dialogue in it, okay? You need a dialogue. The character needs to say something in your picture, okay? And the last one, we need a presenter. In the end, we'll ask each group to send a person to the front to present with whole class your work, okay? Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes to do this. Okay, so let's start now. You have only 10 minutes, so make sure you be quick, okay? And I have a surprise for you in the end, okay? So you make sure you finish this mission. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. I'll come to you. Time flies. You have only got 3 minutes left, okay? 3 more minutes. If your group has already finished, you can turn in your papers now. Okay? is left. If your group has already finished, please give me your papers, okay? Okay, time's up. If you haven't finished, it's okay. Please give me all your papers, okay? Now, 把大家作品集合起来哦。So together, we will piece all the papers together. We will have a complete story of Laura. Okay, every group, please give me your papers. The story one and the picture one, okay? 两张都要交给我。Okay, give me now. 没交的人最后就没有 group up 这个礼物哦。对。计划大概的。Still got two groups missing. 还有两组还没有找。Okay, so I have collected all the artworks from the pictures. Okay, so now I'll invite group one to present with us. Okay, present their story with us. Let's give a big hand to group one. Peggy, okay, come to the front. Peggy, just read this story, okay? Okay, so this is the picture from group one. Can you see it? Okay, so Peggy, you can start.
There's a girl, Laura. She always with but her classmates and her mother never knows that.
Laura was bullied. Okay, then let's welcome the next group, group 2. Okay. Group 2, you can show your stories. Sorry, everybody, please wait for a few seconds. So now group 2 is going to read their story for us.
She has a friend who has arthritis from birth, so she needs to take steroids and it will make her get wet and bullied by her classmates.
Okay, so Laura, she has another friend, and that friend has arthritis, 关节炎, so she takes steroids, 类固醇, 所以她的朋友也 very fat. Okay, so next group, let's welcome group 3. Okay, group 3. I'll take a picture of group 3.
By a girl from her primary school. She reached secondary school. The girls spread rumors about Laura.
Okay, so we know in her primary school, Laura was bullied by her friends. Okay, next group. We still got 3 groups left, okay? Let's welcome the 4th group, okay? 4th group.
There's a girl whose name is Laura. Her classmates bullied and made fun of her just because of her body.
Okay, so we know Laura is very fat, so her classmates like to make fun of her appearance. Okay, so next group, group 5. Okay, your presenter from group 5.哦，所以是哪一组？第5组，你们写第几组？27号是哪一组？可是我们只有那种。哦，这个，这个。那这个图是对的吗？这张图吗？不是吗？那你是哪一张？椅子上吗？我跟第6组搞混了。没关系，我们再来找一次，你看他们画的美丽的图。
to another school in 2010. And since then, everything has been going well. People still make odd remarks about her, but she doesn't care anymore.
Okay, so we know Laura, she transferred to another school. Laura 转学喽，对 but now she's cool with other people's remarks. Okay, so let's welcome the last group, Group 6. Okay, so last group.
Laura thinks that killing herself is the only way to solve her problem because she's always bullied by her classmates. Her mother takes her to the hospital, but it doesn't really help. The bullying never stops. Even her teacher doesn't believe her.
Okay, I just found out the problem. 他们那两组刚好写颠倒了，这一段应该是要在前一组，对不对？ So in this passage, we know Laura tries to kill herself. She hid herself at home, but luckily her mother found out. 她妈妈发现 Laura 想要自杀。So in the end, Laura didn't do this. Okay. So 我们要把刚刚那组的顺序跟这个对调一下。Okay, so that's all about today's class. And I want to thank you for your participation today. Everybody is so engaged in the class, and please give yourself a big hand. And Rudolph, Eddy Rudolph, I have a gift for you, all of you. So please, everybody come to the front. I'll give you the gift. Okay, class dismissed. See you next time. Bye.
来，我们大家跟 Eddy 拍一张照，来，大家到前面去。